Hello, and welcome to Castez Adventures, where nature meets storytelling. I'm Japheth, your guide, as we explore the beauty, history, and hidden wonders of nature. From breathtaking landscapes to powerful stories of people and places, we take you on unforgettable journeys. So, whether you're a nature lover, or simply curious about the world around you, make sure to subscribe, and hit the notification bell for new adventures every week. Now, sit back, relax, and let's dive into today's journey. Today, we visited James Michuki Memorial Park, an extraordinary green space in the heart of Nairobi, Kenya. This park is not just a place for relaxation, it represents a significant piece of Nairobi's history and an ongoing effort toward environmental restoration. James Michuki Memorial Park stands as a testament to what can be achieved when communities and governments work together to reclaim urban spaces from neglect and pollution. But, how did this once neglected area transform into the beautiful park we see today? To understand that, we need to go back to the early 2000s, when Nairobi was grappling with a massive environmental crisis. At that time, the Nairobi River, which runs alongside this park, was one of the most polluted rivers in the country. Industrial waste, raw sewage, and garbage were constantly dumped into the river, making it a hazard to both people and wildlife. The situation seemed hopeless, with the Nairobi River choking under tons of waste, and the surrounding areas being home to illegal settlements. It wasn't just the environment that suffered, the health of Nairobi's residents, especially those living near the river, was at risk. Waterborne diseases like cholera and typhoid were rampant. The river that was once a source of life had turned into a lifeless stream of toxic waste. In steps John Michuki, who, at the time, was Kenya's Minister of Environment and Natural Resources. He was known for his no-nonsense attitude, and his ability to tackle big problems head-on. When Michuki took office, one of his primary focuses was to restore the Nairobi River. He believed that cleaning up the river was not just an environmental issue, but a matter of public health and national pride. Under his leadership, the Nairobi River Basin Rehabilitation Program was launched. This program was an ambitious project that aimed to clean and rehabilitate the entire length of the river, from its source in the Aberdare Range to its endpoint at the Athi River. The task was monumental, and at times, it seemed impossible. The river was not only filled with waste, but it had become a dumping ground for all sorts of hazardous materials. Illegal settlements had also taken root along its banks, making it difficult to even access some parts of the river for cleaning. Michuki's plan involved a multi-pronged approach. First, the government cracked down on industries that were illegally discharging waste into the river. Tough penalties were introduced for any factory or company found polluting the water. This was met with significant resistance at first, as many industries had grown accustomed to using the river as a convenient waste disposal system. However, Michuki's resolve was unwavering, and soon, factories were forced to clean up their act, or face closure. The next step was to address the illegal settlements along the riverbanks. While this was a delicate issue, as it involved displacing people who had nowhere else to go, the government had to act for the greater good. Relocation efforts were put in place, and slowly, the illegal structures that had been built right next to the river were removed. This created space for the river to breathe, and for rehabilitation efforts to begin in earnest. The Nairobi River Basin Rehabilitation Program also included a massive community education effort. Residents, especially those living near the river, were taught about the importance of keeping the river clean. Schools were involved in tree planting programs, and citizens were encouraged to stop dumping garbage into the water. This public engagement was crucial because restoring the river required more than just government action, it needed the participation of everyone in Nairobi. Over time, these efforts began to pay off. The once filthy and lifeless river started to show signs of recovery. Wildlife slowly returned, fish began to swim in the cleaner waters, and the foul stench that had once filled the air along the river's course began to fade. But, the transformation didn't stop there. In 2012, after the passing of John Michuki, the government decided to honor his legacy by renaming a section of the riverbanks, James Michuki Memorial Park. This park, which was once a dump site and a hub of criminal activity, was completely rehabilitated and turned into a public recreational area. It's hard to believe that this peaceful green space, filled with indigenous trees, flowering plants, and well-kept lawns, was once a desolate wasteland. In 2020, the Nairobi Regeneration Program took further steps to restore and beautify the park. The aim was not just to create a beautiful space, but to provide a place where Nairobi residents could reconnect with nature. Today, James Michuki Memorial Park offers visitors well-maintained walking trails, scenic views of the now cleaner Nairobi River, and picnic areas where families can relax and enjoy the fresh air. One of the park's most significant features is its focus on environmental education. Throughout the park, you'll find signs and information boards that explain the history of the Nairobi River's rehabilitation, the importance of protecting natural resources, and the role that individuals can play in keeping urban spaces green. It's not just a park for relaxation, it's a living classroom that teaches the community about sustainability. But, the journey to restore the river and this park hasn't been without challenges. Heavy rains continue to pose a risk, as flooding can still occur, especially during the rainy seasons. The park, which sits along the riverbanks, has had its share of struggles with floodwaters in the past. The Nairobi River, while now much cleaner, still needs constant monitoring and care to prevent pollution from returning. The park's transformation is also symbolic of Nairobi's broader push towards environmental sustainability. It stands as an example of how cities around the world can take action to reclaim neglected spaces, restore their natural beauty, and give them back to the public. Michuki's legacy lives on, not only in the trees and plants that now grow where there was once waste, but in the spirit of renewal that continues to drive Nairobi's environmental efforts. As you walk through James Michuki Memorial Park today, it's hard not to be inspired by the resilience of both nature and the people who work tirelessly to bring this space back to life. The park is a living tribute to the idea that, with dedication and a clear vision, even the most damaged urban environments can be restored. This park isn't just a green space, it's a story of hope, change, and the power of collective action. It's a reminder that, even in the face of immense challenges, we can come together to create something beautiful and sustainable for future generations. So, the next time you're in Nairobi, be sure to visit James Michuki Memorial Park. Entrance to the park is free, and all you need to carry is your national identification card. Keep in mind that plastic materials are not allowed inside the park, so plan accordingly. Take a walk along the restored river, enjoy the beauty of the indigenous trees and plants, and remember the legacy of John Michuki, the man who dared to dream of a cleaner, greener Nairobi. His vision lives on in every tree, every flower, and in the flowing waters of the Nairobi River. Thank you for joining us on this journey with Castez Adventures. We hope you enjoyed exploring with us today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on our next adventure. If you'd like to support our channel, you can do so via PayPal at castezjeff@gmail.com, or through M-Pesa using our till number, 40922724, or directly at 0745251770. Remember, stay curious, stay adventurous, and see you on the next journey.